In this video, I will show you how to recover deleted items in Microsoft Fabric. Also, I will tell you how to turn on this feature and how different workspace roles work with this feature, and a few other important things and limitations you need to be aware of when using this feature. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, my name is Alexi and I'm a data architect and a Microsoft Data Platform MVP, and on this channel I cover Microsoft Fabric related topics. But now let's jump into Fabric and check out this item soft delete feature there. And here in Fabric, you have to go to the admin portal, and in the admin portal, you have to find this Fabric item recovery setting and turn this on. And basically, after you enable this, this will be applied to your entire organization. So keep that in mind. And here you define this period after which those items will be permanently deleted. So you can use there a minimum of 7 days or maximum of 90 days. And here in my Fabric Forge tenant, I'm actually using 7 days because I think that's sufficient retention period. And later on in this video, we are actually going to discuss what are the implications of having a longer retention period there. Also, we can see that we have a similar feature for workspaces. So here we can define things on the workspace level and also have this soft delete functionality for workspaces so that we can recover workspaces within the retention period that we have defined for them. But in this video, we are going to focus on this item recovery feature. And after turning this feature on, you should see this recycle bin in your workspace. And currently in this workspace, my recycle bin is empty because I haven't deleted anything. But in this workspace, I have 3 items, 1 lakehouse, 1 notebook, and 1 pipeline. Let's open up the lakehouse first and let's check how this will behave with that item deletion feature. And we can actually see that we have some data in this lakehouse. We have 1 movies table and then we have this movie CSV data here. And now let's close this and let's go back to the workspace level. And now let's actually delete this lakehouse and let's see what happens. So now the lakehouse is being deleted and now it has been deleted and now we should actually see it in the recycle bin. Now it is here in the recycle bin, and here we can also see that when this retention period will expire and the lakehouse will actually be permanently deleted. And now from this recycle bin, we can actually restore the item or delete it permanently. But now I would like to restore this lakehouse, and let's restore that and we can see what happened with the data when we restore this. So now we can again open up the lakehouse since it has been restored back to the workspace, and we should see that we still have the same data there, so the data stays unaffected. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Microsoft Fabric content. But now let's continue with the video and talk about those other items in this workspace. So here we have this pipeline and a notebook, and when we open this pipeline, we can actually see that it is calling that notebook, so it is running that notebook. And now let's delete this pipeline and let's see what happens when it has the dependency for the notebook. Okay, now the pipeline has been deleted. And now let's try to delete the notebook as well. So let's click delete. And we can see that we cannot actually delete this notebook. So we get this notification that notebook can be deleted. So this says that other items are dependent on this one and may be affected. To see which items are affected, go to the lineage view. But basically, I know that the pipeline is calling this notebook, so we cannot delete this notebook until we have permanently deleted the pipeline. So we would first have to permanently delete this pipeline, and then we would be able to delete the notebook. So there is this kind of a little bit funky relationship thing going on here, that if you have like an item in your recycle bin that is using some other item, you cannot delete the item that is being ran. For example, this notebook when the pipeline is still in the recycle bin. Also, next we could check out how the name reservation works. So if we would like to create a new pipeline to this workspace with the same name, so we are going to call it PL_pipeline. That is the same name than with the pipeline in the recycle bin. Let's see what happens. Are we able to create that or not? So how does this reserve the name? So we can see that we are able to create a new pipeline here. Let's just add a wait activity there and let's save this. And Then let's go back to the workspace. So now we have a pipeline that has the same name than with the pipeline here in the recycle bin. So we are actually able to create items that have the same name as with the items that are currently in the recycle bin. But now we no longer can't restore this original pipeline from this recycle bin. And if we try to restore it, it says that another item in the workspace already uses that name. Rename the item and try again. And we would have to rename the item in the workspace to something else to be able to recover that pipeline from the recycle bin. So let's add there, like, for example, pipeline 2 there, so we have renamed that item. And now we should be able to recover the pipeline that we have in the recycle bin. So let's go there and then let's select that pipeline and let's click restore, and now it should restore back to the workspace. So now we have those 2 pipelines there. Next, let's check out the documentation for this feature because I want to highlight few important things that we have there. So let's open up the documentation, and here we can see that this feature is not yet supported for all the items. Here we can see the items that are currently supported, but for example, we can see that the data flow Gen 2, for example, is not supported. So not all the Fabric items are currently supported, but I hope that in the future they will also include those missing items here as well, and this would be supported for every item in Fabric. But of course, this item recovery feature shouldn't be like a substitute for using like a proper version control practice. But basically from the data store perspective, this is quite nice if you accidentally, for example, delete your lakehouse so that you can recover it. Before continuing with the video, I want you to know about CertiAce. That is a platform that offers high-quality custom-made practice questions for Microsoft certification exams like DP700 and DP600. On this platform, you find many different types of questions and different practice modes that will help you to speed up your exam preparation process. The big highlights of this platform are the case studies that are very similar to those that you would see in the actual exam. Then CertiAce also offers realistic timed practice exams that also include case studies. And then this platform has a top-tier AI question generator that allows you to generate even more practice questions on top of the custom-made questions. And I'm one of the co-founders of the platform, so some of the questions you see there are actually made by me. But now let's continue with the video. Next, let's talk about how these different workspace roles work with this feature. As we can see, the workspace viewer cannot really do anything with this feature. But then we have the contributor that can actually recover items, but they cannot permanently delete the recoverable items. So basically, workspace contributor cannot permanently delete items before the retention period expires. And also we have the same accesses for the workspace members, so no changes with the contributor there. But then workspace admin actually can do the both operations, so they are able to delete those items that have that retention period still running there and it hasn't expired yet. So they can prematurely delete the items if they want. Then there is one important thing to note, that the item share permissions are not recovered if you delete the item. And what this basically means? This means that, for example, if we have a lakehouse and we have actually shared this with some people, so we have added a user or a group and then we have given permissions to the lakehouse on item level. And then when we delete this lakehouse, these permissions are not actually recovered. And this is a very important thing to keep in mind, especially with data stores. Of course, this applies to other items as well, but for example, if you have been managing your lakehouse accesses on item level and granted accesses here, those accesses will be wiped clean after you delete the item and recover it back. So you need to keep in mind that you need to redo those accesses there. There are also a few other things that are good to keep in mind, for example, with folders, that you cannot delete workspace folders if they have some soft deleted items there, meaning that you would have to permanently delete those items from the recycle bin before you can delete the folder. And there is also this kind of like a known issue with Git that might happen, but here are instructions how to solve that issue and how to recover the item if you run into issues with Git or deployment pipelines. But that was all that I wanted to cover in this video. If you would like to continue your Fabric learning journey, check out this video next. Now I thank you for watching and see you in that video.